Hi, I'm Lindsay Fisher. Welcome to my classroom. Today we're going to talk about a lesson that I did with my 10th grade AP World History students, many of whom had learned about this content, the Mongols, before in World History 1. However, AP World History requires a deeper and more complex understanding of not just content, but historical thinking skills. Additionally, many of my students come from many different places, whether it's different school districts within and outside Virginia or from other countries, and so their background knowledge was diverse. Some students were like, what's a Mongol? And other students had spent months learning about them. So this lesson is designed to help students not just learn the content, but also learn skills such as summarization, synthesis of important ideas, and communication. In that regard, students focused on the two Portrait of a Graduate attributes of communicator and collaborator. Students were communicators by writing for other audiences, not just for their teacher. And students were also collaborators in that they worked interdependently to write a blog post together and create a common message, while also getting feedback from each other. Students published these blog posts so that each other could see them and gave each other feedback, which allowed for their voices to be heard. This lesson was centered around building student understanding of content, writing for an audience, and providing effective feedback. Technology facilitated this lesson by allowing learners to gather information in multiple ways, providing students several forums in which to collaborate, and allowing students to give each other feedback in real time. Students could learn at their own time, place, path, and pace. So I gave the students an explore section in which they could learn more basic information about the Mongols should they need it. Students who didn't need it generally tended to skip down into the explain section where they gathered data appropriate to the question that they were answering in their blog post. And I tried to include information that was in multiple modalities such as videos, podcasts, and academic articles. Once students moved on from the Explore section, they worked together to create a Google Doc, a Padlet, a Google Slides, or some other collaborative way of gathering information so they could make their decision as to whether Mongol rule was beneficial or detrimental. When students had gathered enough information and come up with an argument, they explained in a blog post whether it was more detrimental or more beneficial to Eurasia. I gave them information about how to write a blog post and some examples, but kind of let them run loose just to see what they came up with. When students had completed their blog post, they shared it onto a Google Doc, and this allowed them to take a look at each other's arguments. When students got to the Google Doc, they would post their link to their article and then provide other teams with a glow, something they liked, and a grow, something they could improve upon. And this is really how I was able to assess whether this lesson was working. In looking at students' glows and grows, you could see both what they had learned about the writing process, but they could also see what they learned about the content as well. So students were able to give each other quick feedback so that they understood what they did well and where they could improve. It showed students how to give feedback in an appropriate manner, and it showed me where they had learned about writing. Thank you very much.